I did get braided lines.
It's going. Keep going. Yeah, it's sort of self-aligned with that taper.
So as you can see with them out, if the light wants to shine in there, it is very gunky in there, and I want to clean that up. Welcome back to a new episode of Project Driveway. Scratchy ear here, and roly-poly Paddy. So last week, Paddy had...
Oh, it's wet. It's wet.
Rip.
Rip!
So last week, Dope 86 had a play in the ballpark, a play on the playground, in the sandpit.
It's more playground.
It's an adventure.
Dude, messing with like big fish, bro. Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
So, yeah, if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. A lot of good footage of especially Dopey doing really well. Not sure in the video if we said it, but best time of the day, he ran 1:45.5.
5:90.
Yeah, 1:45.5, which is extremely good. He did 4th in his class, where he wasn't bottom class, he was one above. So on top of him was the turboed S15, the turboed R33, and I think it was the very last lap or the second last lap, the BMW. I think it was a 330i wagon.
Yeah.
It was the white BMW wagon. He just, I think, made half a second in front of him on one of the last few laps. So he unfortunately lost a spot, but 4th place in first track day. Very well. He did super well. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. So today, Pat, do you know what really annoys me?
The rain.
Yeah, it is pissing down here. We can't even go outside. It's that cold.
Yeah.
I'm in 2 jumpers. He's in 2 jumpers. 3. And he's trying to get heat off the light.
I'm wearing a rain jacket inside. That's how cold it is.
It is freezing. Yeah, do you know what really annoys me? When you buy new car parts and they sit there.
Yeah.
It's so...
I know exactly how you feel, Blake.
Callum.
I was going to say Callum, because Callum's always saying something stupid, but that was smart.
But I just feel sad for them. Expensive and good parts.
Yep.
Just don't look at them.
Yeah, my spoiler's been chilling up there. I got other car parts chilling there, which are like for other videos, but it's like I just haven't got around to it, which is annoying, like saying, but we're up to this today. Tonight.
Yeah.
This afternoon.
Who knows? I don't even reckon I'll be... we'll see how we go.
Well, you don't think we're going to get it done?
How late are we staying up till?
That's up to you. I don't work on Saturday, because...
We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go anyway.
If we get one side, we'll have pretty good.
Do you know what's even worse than that?
Yeah,
how long have my braided lines been sitting there?
I haven't even seen your braided lines.
I'll go get them. I'm not sure if I've shown these on camera yet, but I did get braided lines. The difference between these and Paddy's, so Paddy had you had the mount with the bolt.
Oh yeah,
I've got the clip, the slide clip mount.
They're actually the same clips up here too.
Yeah, probably just a different thread and stuff. Like as in width and whatnot and all that jazz, but they only serve for one purpose, and that's to run brake fluid through.
Yeah, exactly. They're nothing too high tech, man.
Yeah, they only serve one purpose.
Yeah. What is it? 18 foot-pound, Blake?
I don't know. We might read the instructions on this one.
Yeah, we're just lucky we got another
bolt.
Nah, spanner.
Oh yeah.
You know those? Yeah, those ones that we needed.
Last time when we touched these brakes, I stripped down the old hubs and took my hubs apart. So all I got to do now is push the hubs, the whole middle assembly, including bearing, out of the old hubs and swap them over with the middle plate, the backing plate. So I think we'll start that now. We've got to start somewhere. Let's get this ball rolling.
Getting pretty good at this, Blake. Yeah. Oh, mate!
Good team.
Yeah.
This is like some tennis, like volleyball.
Yeah.
Not even sweating.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna get, mate. You push, I'll catch.
Okay. Oh, I got it! I got it. Beautiful.
That just works really good.
The bearings are still in that one.
Isn't that what you wanted? No?
No.
He's thinking.
No, that should be alright, because the bearing should be in here.
So, we'll reassemble this. No, the other one. The other backing plate with all your goodies on there.
So we're gonna, yeah. So I've got to unbolt this backing plate,
And then your new backing plate
will get bolted
from
to this.
the Rexy gets bolted to this dust guard.
No, that's the back plate here.
Yeah.
This is the hub.
Yeah. So we just
the
change
new
it.
backing plate is getting bolted to this.
Oh, keep the hub, throw the backing plate.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is the old backing plate compared to the new one. So let's dip them down so you not landed. And the new one is much bigger. Let me do it this way. Look at that. Just see how much bigger it is all the way around.
Bit more media.
Yeah,
Bigger.
bit more room, and of course the mounting points for the caliper are different, so that's why we have to put this backing plate on and line it up. Beautiful, that's what we want to see. The mounting holes are exactly the same. Piece that. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
What I need to do now, I've made sure they're tight, the 4 bolts that hold the backing plate on. What I need to do now is put this back on the same way it came out, so pretty much, hopefully nothing goes everywhere. This is the front of the hub, and boop, goes straight back in, which hopefully all goes well. But before I do that, I've gone out and bought some high temp wheel bearing grease, as they say, but high temperature grease. Awesome for this kind of stuff. Over normal grease will, I think, can stand like over amount of temperature, but this grease can do more.
Yeah, so I won't liquefy and just run, and then you've got no grease on your bearings, and then you're off for a new bearing.
And then rip. That's the least of your problems.
Sure.
If it's just a wheel bearing and not a tyre, brakes, drive shaft, diff, tail shaft, gearbox, engine.
Doc knows all about that.
Colour Pat.
Oh, hell yeah!
Smells like grease.
I'll give you a beer if you use this hair wax.
No, I barely have hair.
You don't put more hair on your chin than you do on your head.
Let's put it back in. Alright, let's have some fun. Let's make a mess.
Oh, don't be scared. Get in there, mate.
There's already a lot of grease, but we're going to put some more.
Let's go on. Keep going. Yeah, it's sort of self-aligned with that taper, which is good. First time.
Dude, it's not even pressure. I'm doing it with my finger,
That's
man.
beautiful, mate.
Okay, now
Oh, you actually are.
I'm doing it with my finger. Alright, well, one hub is done. It's a little tight, but unfortunately I didn't get to check what it felt like before. But I know this one is brand new. It's a lot smoother. But, so we took this one off, put the back plate on, put it back on, and unfortunately we lost a few, not lost, but a few bits came up with it. So we had a bit of trouble getting him back in, but I think it's in. Worst comes to worst if I need a new wheel bearing. But there's no like slop side to side, turning it from like left to right. There's no kinks or anything. It's just a little tight going around, but yeah, there's no noise or anything. So time to do this one. So as we did, push out this whole hub, well the stud assembly, whatever you want to call it, and the splines. This comes out. Back plate gets unbolted, and then the same bearing gets pushed back on with the new backing plate. It's over there somewhere. So let's do it. Alright, so just had a good old fashioned wrestle with the hubs, because I've been a prick, but they're over there. I'm just kind of combering up in this section of vicinity. Pat's not even sitting in the chair while it's right next to him.
Helping, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's right.
It's a bit awkward. Being in between
Okay.
vicinity.
Okay. So
Vicinity, like.
I was just thinking what to do next, but yeah, the bearings are on. Like they should be fine. Yeah, I'm thinking of what to do next. I think I'm going to bust off them dust covers, because one of them's bent already, and the spot weld's broken, so there's no point in me even putting it back on. So I think I'm just going to bust off them dust covers. I'll just chisel them off, just break the welds. I'll quickly do that, because it's going to be loud. I might as well probably just rebuild my my new calipers, because I've got the reseal kit. So I've got to pop everything out, strip them down. I've got the reseal kit, and in the little barrels, the pots, the pistons, I'm going to get a wire wheel and clean up all of the rust that's sitting in there. So yeah, make them look nice and neat. Okay, so another thing ticked off, dust covers. I'm up to now, while I'm on the floor, I can't bother getting back up. So I've got my rear calipers here, all nice and dry. They've had a few weeks drying time underneath the light. And what I'm going to do is I received this reseal kit from Boosted Performance Parts. They got a lot of things for Subaru, and for decent price too. So unfortunately, I found out you cannot buy the actual pots anymore, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to clean these ones out. If you can see, they're just rusted to the shit house on the inside. And I might as well do a reseal kit while I'm here, because the last thing I want is to throw them on and they're leaking or any of the above, and they've got to come off again for a rebuild. Might as well do it now. They're not that expensive. Oh, that's filthy in there. It's actually black. Like, there's black streaks in it. Right here, we've got a ring, which is like a snap ring. It's just kind of under a little bit of tension. And without scratching my freshly painted calipers, everything should just come off like that. Well, there's the ring. Like that. Just a little snap ring sort of thing. What would you call it? Like, sort of like that spring thing. It's just like a compression clip thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you can stay there.
Clip boy.
Okay, and then we've got the seal, which has got a whole heap of gunk underneath it, which I'm just going to reef off because I've got all new shit. There's the seal. It's very chunky. Let's try and get the pot out. Hopefully. Maybe not. Alright, well, to save my hassle, I'm just going to get these out tomorrow, and then I can put them back in on camera. So simply, you just need a shot of air. Does not need to be tight, like, does not need to be a lot of air, very minimal air. While you do that, get a clamp or something and hold one side, because if you don't and you put air in them, they're both going to close together and they're both going to get stuck. So you need to hold one of them and then push the other out. Once that's out, make sure you put something over that cup, because then the air is just going to pour through there and it's not going to create pressure, that's right, pressure to pop the other one out. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with these and be able to rebuild them back together. And to stop any more leaky fluid, boys, I'm going to put this back in. Oh my god. Alright, so back for a new day. At least it's not raining today, which is a good thing. But I went to work and popped out the pistons, or the pots, as you can see. They are here. Yeah, no chance I was going to get them out with a screwdriver like I was trying last night, because I had super pressure going in there and it was actually scaring me, like, to the point of like what it feels like to use a hydraulic press. That's how much it was scaring me. and the noise it made when they popped out was not pretty. But they're out. So as you can see with them out, if the light wants to shine in there, it is very gunky in there, and I want to clean that up. But I'm pretty sure these are stainless steel for some reason, so all that rust and gunk is just brake dust caked up. But we'll see. So I'm going to get the wire wheel on the Dremel, which luckily it came with, and it should fit in there and clean it all up. It won't grind any of it, but it will clean all the flakiness off. And then it should be right. I'm not going to go to the extent of clear coating it because it could add... It probably will go wrong, so but it will be fine once I get all that gunk out. But yeah, I think I'll do that now while they're out anyway. And just if you are doing this, make sure you do not scuff or even touch, or sorry, like anything of just here where it rubs up against the actual body, because if you put a little dent or anything in it, it will create problems for you in the long run if it wants to scuff up. Because even you've got a seal in here, if you can see that little black ring, that is a seal. I'll set up the Dremel and I'll clean out these pots. So I've got the Dremel on the flexible line, so it's a lot more easier to use. This thing is 10 times easier to use instead of this bulky thing. But hopefully we don't die for the third time. We've kind of cheated death with this thing a few times. Did you tighten that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking, bro.
Yeah.
It's a bit windy, probably a bit loud, but...
Oh, look at that rust coming out. Beautiful.
Life valve, mate. External gate.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, scrape it too much.
Well, that's with the wire wheel, and
yeah,
it's kind of soft.
You want it to be like a polished finish nearly at the end, sort of.
But the inside's not as bad. You don't want to touch the outside. That's
nah.
good. You know.
Yeah, look at that, mate. Clean.
But the inside doesn't really matter. Like, it's not touching anything. I think the hole in it is just for lightweight purposes and stuff.
Correct. I probably should have used this tool when I did my rust. I don't know why I didn't think of it.
None of us.
Why didn't any of us think of that? That would have made my life so much easier. I spent like 6 hours scraping, but I am going to redo that. It's another thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to redo it with a different product that Blake showed me that I couldn't get my hands on at the time.
Yeah. That's
another day. It'll be good for a long time. Oh yeah, it's really caked in there, man.
Yeah.
Big layer in that one.
Yeah. But I think it's definitely rust. It's working so far.
Mint.
Alright, well, I've cleaned them all and done the insides as best as I could. Some of them were a lot deeper, like this one was, but it should be right. So now, also cleaned all the wells. They're not the cleanest, but they don't feel scuffed or anything. They're just a little bit marked, but they should be fine. I think it's just a build-up of grease. So we've got a seal in here that I'm going to change, which I need to try and get it out. So got a flathead screwdriver. I'm trying not to scratch the barrel. I'm concentrating, Pat. Here's that seal that sits in that little trench. So we don't need that one. Then go over there. This is kit. So what do we got? Ah, Pat, you were right. They're little valve covers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Little nipple boys.
So they go over, yeah, the bleed nipple. We've got new of them springs I was talking about yesterday. New seal covers. I think. They look a bit different. Maybe. I don't know. And then these are them rings, I think. They look a bit small. Okay, they look like the same size. Hey, do you want some sweet chili sauce? And this is the grease it comes with. It's like a high temp sort of grease. Okay, this can go in there before I lose it all. I think I popped it open. Yes. Okay. So you want to just make this nice and wet. And then kind of just put him in there somehow.
Oh, that's how much money you earn.
Yeah. So this is how it works. So you got $18, and then this is like car money. This is the bar share. It costs you $6 to qualify. And you
Okay,
get 3 points
and that's
to
it.
qualify, and then that will put you somewhere here. Yeah.
Nice and new seal.
And then so you got.
And do the other side.
I think.
Alright, now they're in. Before the cover goes on, the dust cover, what do you want to call it? The pots go back in. Now these are not the easiest to press back in, but that's how they're made. They're meant to be very tight and minimal clearance. So, a bit of grease. Lather that up over the side. And
Why do they not the same league? They're both never played it.
No, I played it. I used to play it like a cooking game.
Oh, in the...
Yeah.
push it not all the way in either. To about there. Now the dust covers. So this one would go on that way, and what am I doing? These little groove bit sits inside the pot, so like that way, and then this side would stretch over to the base of the caliper with the ring that sits over it, if that makes sense.
Oh, it just keeps telling me that. And I'm like,
I'm going to use grease again. Let's try and do this. So that bit goes on there, like that, and this bit push that in a bit more. Okay, now
it's squirmy.
got the spring clips. Easiest way that I've found to put them on is where the cutout is, hold them together so it's opening on its own weight, if you want to call that, and kind of it's going to be hard. It's not hard, you just got to work it around. Hold it on one point. And then you probably won't be able to see, but I'm gonna, oh fuck, didn't work. I'm gonna open it up and just manually put it around like so. So that one's on. That is uno. Need to do the second one. So open it up, let it stand on itself. Try and do it like this. Sit it in its little groove. And oh, it's not in its groove. Okay. There. And hook it over. Hook it over. There. And that one's on. So that's done. I'm going to do the other one right now, and I'll be back once they're both done. I'm a week ahead because I forgot to finish them off. Well, I did finish them off, but I didn't show you. So they're all done, and they're kind of messy, but that's alright. But all the seals are in, the pots are back in, they're all in their little blankets, sleeping. But yeah, that's it for this episode anyway. Thanks for watching. It was a little bit cringy when I was doing the actual brakes, but I was trying to be careful and not damage anything because they're not fragile, but you don't want to make one wrong move. But yeah, sorry about the cringe. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, make sure to leave a comment on how we did, and subscribe if you want some more. Paddy wants to say thank you for all the feedback on the race day video. We had some decent feedback on that.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it was a good video.
It was interesting to get out instead of being in here. But
Hibernating.
yeah, and winter is coming. Winter is here.
Winter is here.
My nose is running. It's cold. We got a heater
It helps.
so late not mods can continue.
But anyway, stay safe, keep doing your thing. We'll see you next week.